Today I'm going to talk about the M word. And as we transition into this new phase of life, we rarely talk about it. I mean, I didn't even know that I was in perimenopause until I was 45 because it just wasn't something that came up. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what foods you should not eat during menopause to lose weight. And also I'm going to talk about the cause and effects. Remember, this is not the weight gain that you would add on in your 20s and your 30s. This is weight plus aging, plus hormonal, plus stress, plus genetics, okay? So all of that needs to be addressed. And we're gonna address some of those and try not to get away from the subject, the reason that you're really here for this video. So I'm gonna share my best tips with you on what not to eat during menopause to lose weight and how to help your body to rebalance itself during menopause. So pay attention. Hi, I'm Milan Perry of Soul Natural Wellness and of the Chic Women Don't Diet program, where I coach women over 40 who want to improve their emotional well-being around food, uncover and remove the obstacles that have caused them weight gain so that they can start feeling good in their skin again. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, don't forget, subscribe to this channel because women empower women. So this channel is about empowering you to live a more healthy and holistic life. Now, any weight that you gain, I just want you to know, any weight that you gain in your early years, perhaps it was easy for you to get the weight off. But being older, our bodies just don't shift back like they used to. So what I've discovered and work with my clients is that there are a lot of stories around what to eat and what not to eat during menopause. Now, before you change what you eat, before you go out and start saying, Milan said to remove this, remove that, you must recognize the hormonal shifts that your body is going through before you start to change anything or modify anything in your diet, okay? So let's get started. Here's my chic tip number one. My chic tip number one will always be the mindset shift. And the reason that this is going to be the mindset shift because your body is always changing, and your body changes, and your relationship to food and towards food is socially, it's emotionally, it's demographically. So you're going to have a lot of different shifts and changes around your idea and what you perceive food, how you look at food, right? Do you have the same lifestyle that you had in your 20s and your 30s? No. Because in all honesty, if you did, that would mean that you have not grown. So it's different than years ago. So you have to, in essence, train your body to become accustomed to a new way, a healthier way, a more holistic way of dining. And you have to make a shift because there may be foods that you're not accustomed to eating. There may be foods that you're not accustomed to cooking a certain way because you've been cooking this way for a long time. It's been passed on from generation to generation. Your mother cooked a certain way, now you cook the same way. We have to break that cycle. So there is a mindset shift in order to start eating foods that are not good for you or that are causing you to have hormonal shifts. You have to start changing and modifying your mindset shift. If you are ready to learn how to lose weight during your menopausal years and you've been struggling how to get the weight off, even if it's just 30 pounds, then you need support. Because if you've been trying it on your own and you've been bouncing back, then you definitely need support. So I'm going to put a link below this video so you can schedule a time to speak with me so you can make that shift in your life right now and no flip-flopping, no sitting on the fence. Okay? I do live in the city of Chicago, so you're going to hear ambulance because I live close to a hospital. So let's get back. Chic shift number two, your circadian rhythm. Now I can honestly tell you that my work schedule has changed over the years, and I'm pretty sure yours has too. My sleep pattern has changed over the years. That's been affected because my career, the relationship with my husband, the worry for my parents and their well-being, worrying for my brothers, being two black men, living in this country. So I've had a lot of maybe worries or sleepless nights or constant reflection and thinking. And all of that affects your digestion. It affects your hormone levels. It affects the way your body processes food. Because I recognize this in my own case. It recognizes how your body processes food. It affects your relationship with food. Because even though your body is changing, your relationship in processing food is changing, your relationship to how you look at food, it also changes. So you have to address that, which is why mindset is so important. Before you start taking out everything and modifying everything in your diet, mindset is so important. And when your circadian rhythm is thrown off, then how you store weight will manifest itself. So what about you? Think about your life. To turn around what seems to be out of your control, guess what? It's not. It's not out of your control. This is totally within your control. And I want to tell you how. So I want you right now to start thinking about developing a new way of being. Whatever that means for you. Stick to this new way of being for 3 months. You know what? Actually, in all honesty, I work with my clients who want to lose weight and live a healthy lifestyle. I work with them 4 months. And the reason I work with them 4 months and why I told you to give yourself 4 months, because month 2, you're looking at things like a diet. Month 3 is starting to slowly become this lifestyle change for you. And by the time you get to month 4, you're already at this sort of a new way of being, this new way of living. It's now become a lifestyle for you. And now it's starting to become a lifestyle ritual for you, and it's no longer a diet. Now it's like breathing in, breathing out. Example, if you drink wine every day, and I'm not going to judge you if you do, because, chic women don't diet, right? Because wine is vitamin W. So if you drink wine every night, start making the shift. Start making this mindset shift right now. So instead of drinking a full glass every night, start drinking maybe 4 ounces with food. Instead of drinking it to wind down, start looking at it as food that you consume with other food, and drink it with food, complements food, 4 ounces, okay? So that's one modification that you can do right now. So that's something that you want to do, and what you don't want to do is to be drinking wine without food, okay? Here's another thing that you don't want to do. You don't want to go all day without eating breakfast, without eating lunch, and waiting until the very evening. And I understand what it's like to be driven. I understand what it's like to be passionate about your work, to be passionate about the work that you do with your clients, to be passionate, just to be a very passionate person about what you're doing. You love what you're doing. I get you. But you cannot go all day without eating. That is a shift that you need to make. You need to make the shift to start nourishing yourself. Stop looking at it as, oh, I'm going to have to hurry up and eat. Start looking at it as, this is your time. This is your time for yourself. This is your time to nourish yourself. So I want you to stop eating like that. If you're watching this video up until this point, then that means that something is not working for you. And we have to bring the needle around to work in your favor. Okay? So it's not just a matter of not to eat and what not to eat. Okay? If menopause is a hormone imbalance, then finding and correcting the imbalance is important. Okay? Now, when it comes to your body, there's this cause and effect. When you find the cause of what is creating the imbalance, then you correct the problem. Just because you see another woman who loses weight easily, you see another woman who's able to get the weight on and get off, it doesn't mean that you can do the same thing. We're biochemically different. So you're not her, you're you, okay? And you're you. You're special. And that's why I love you, because you're here. You're here with me, okay? Perfect. So your body is unique. Your body is unique to you. So tell me right now, what is your nugget that you've taken away thus far? Drop it in the comments. What foods should you avoid or not eat during perimenopause and menopause? That's what we're going to talk about right here and right now. Aspartame and artificial flavors, that's one of my biggest pet peeves, because they are in so many foods. And if you're at the grocery store reading labels, stop it. Stop right now, because I don't want you to do that. You don't have to be reading labels. None of my clients are label readers. they don't, because I teach them how to cook in a way and understand food in a way where they no longer have to read labels what food is, because they're eating natural whole foods. So aspartame, if you're eating anything with artificial sugars, artificial flavors, or aspartame, this causes weight gain, and it creates a very unstable blood sugar level, and as a result of that, it increases your appetite. So your appetite increases, then you start to crave more foods that's going to give you this high, and it's going to create fluid retention in your body, maybe in your legs or somewhere else in your body, which is what you don't want. And it makes you look bloated. It makes you look puffy. So you don't want that. You want to get the weight off. You don't want to eat foods that are making you gain weight and make you look puffy. So here's the next thing I want you to do. I want you to break the addiction to carbs. So this is what you should not be eating, okay? Because I know you wanted to hear this, so I'm going to let you know right up front. So you should not be eating carbs. Now, you want to avoid carbs, and as I said before, there's a whole lot of other variables that is the reason why you may be gaining weight. But I really wanted to address this for you, because that is the reason that you clicked onto this video, and this is not a clickbait. So what you need to be, what you don't want to be eating is simple and certain refined carbs, because eventually you're going to become a carb addict. And you know, if you have a carbohydrate addiction, you know it. All carbs, no matter what you're eating, they turn into glucose once they enter the bloodstream. All of them do. Simple, refined, but it is the simple ones that cause this spike, and it makes you feel sluggish, and it makes you feel weak, and it makes you feel foggy. You want a quick fix, and it makes you gain weight, and you become addicted. So avoid things like your wheat, your spelt, your kamut, if you're eating that, your rye, your barley, and maybe some of these things you have no idea what they are, but I'm going to mention them anyway, because I don't know what you're eating, because you don't know what I'm eating. So if you're eating any of those things, please avoid them. And I also want you, when you think about being a carb addict, I want you to realize that being a carb addict, that means that there are deficiencies in your body. Certain addictions are a result of certain deficiencies that are happening in your body. And I want to talk about that just for a few minutes. So, for example, if you always crave bread, then that means you have a nitrogen deficiency. If you are craving things like pasta, then more than likely you have a chromium deficiency. And if you're craving something like, let's say, salt, then more than likely there is a chloride deficiency, because you're not eating a variety of different types of foods. So when you have these deficiencies, you don't want to reach for supplements. You want to gravitate to food first, and then if the food is not doing the job, then of course you want to reach for supplements after. But your first line of defense should always be whole foods. That's lean cuts of meat, fresh vegetables, a variety of colorful vegetables, fruit, aromatic herbs, and spices. Okay, that is your first line of defense. When you entered into menopause these years and the weight gain came on, is not always caused by hormonal changes. There are so many other factors that can and should be considered as well, like aging, lifestyle, genetics as well. And once you start to look into all of those things, then you can start to see some changes happening in your body as well. Now, before you go, I just want to tell you that I created this amazing masterclass, and the masterclass that goes along with this video. So all you have to do is go to the bottom of this video, go to the bottom and click on the link at the bottom of this video, because the masterclass is entitled How to Look and Feel Your Best, Holistically Lose Weight, Gain More Energy while you enjoy your chocolate mousse and your red wine. So I want you to join me and check out my masterclass. And until our next time together, as always, stay beautiful and healthy.